My friends, hello. So we have Democrats and we have Republicans. We have people who say you should wear a mask and people who say, it's against my civil liberties. We have people who talk about, right to choose versus right to life, gun control versus the right to bear arms, religion, LGBTQIA+. We've got COVID stimulus, anything that has relatively dyadic, right, has two sides. Anything that is two-sided is wrought with the opportunity for argument, for frustration, for disagreement. And we all have opinions on all of these things. Some of our opinions maybe are not strong or firm. They are informed by things that we've heard or believe to be true. Some of our opinions are deeply rooted and are foundational to who we are. Here's the challenge. You believe what you believe based on the sum of the life experiences that you've had. I believe what I believe based on the sum of the life experiences I've had. If you and I are on opposite sides of an argument, neither of us in our own mind is wrong. In an ethical or a moral conversation, there is no such thing as right and wrong. You believe what you believe because of experiences you've had. I believe what I believe because of experiences I've had. Our experiences have formed our opinions, and when we have two opposite sides and we both think we're right and there is no unified one central right or wrong that we can point to and say, well, that's what's right, there inherently means there's no such thing as right and wrong. So what do we need to do? Does that mean we live in a society full of anarchy, that we should all just disagree, that we should, all flip to one side or the other? No, it doesn't mean any of that. We do not need to agree with each other. Nobody needs to agree with one another. You are entitled to your opinion. You are able to believe what you believe. You are right to believe what you believe. And you have the opportunity to modify what you believe based on new information as it's presented to you over time. What's not going to happen is you're not going to change your opinion based on my opinion. Unless I am incredibly persuasive, I'm not going to change your mind. And you're not going to change mine. And now we've got two people who are just arguing back and forth, hurting each other or causing, a damage to a relationship, losing friendships and family members and so forth. That's what happens out of arguments when people recognize that they have two opposite sides and there's really no shifting. Most people get frustrated and they eventually part ways. There's a different way to do this. What we can instead do is we can respect and appreciate that the person who's on the opposing side as us believes what they believe because of the experiences that they've had. When we recognize that, what we have the opportunity to do is, instead of being frustrated by them, instead of criticizing them, instead of damning them, we have the opportunity to ask them questions. We have the opportunity to seek to understand, why do they believe what they believe? What has led them to be the person who believes this, who believes something opposing to what you believe? And when you have that opportunity, when you take that time, what you have the opportunity to do is to expand what you are exposed to. You may change your vantage point. You may change their vantage point. You may not change anything at all, except for the fact that you respect that this other person believes something differently than you for a valid reason in their mind. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree at all. But we do want to have friendships, we do want to have relationships, and to do that, all we need to be able to do is respect one another. To have that respect, we need to seek to understand, we need to ask questions, we need to be curious, we need to be honest and truthful with these curiosities that we have. When you do this, you can avoid arguments and instead have relationships, and instead you have the opportunity to enrich your life.